Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every single day. We have some pretty scary news from Ripple. I first thought it was bullish news, but then I reread the article. I was like, what? But we also have some good news. We also have some clarity to the Circle acquisition. Well, the Ripple acquisition of Circle plus HBAR. HBAR made some massive news today. On top of that, like there's so much. We got to talk about Binance. Like I am so overstimulated right now. I can't even begin to tell you. I actually had to have another cup of coffee. Van X sent this to me. And it's one of my favorite coffee cups. And it's Yeti. So I'd have another coffee cup. Lowe had an award ceremony this morning, so I had to do that. Like my whole schedule's a little bit cuckoo right now. A little bit cuckoo right now. But we're here. Let's talk about it because it's some crazy stuff. And I spit on my microphone. Oh, also, too, there's a lot of drama with Trump and their meme coin and the wallets and Magic Eden and everybody and their mom.com. So let's go ahead and get straight into it because it's a lot. Good morning to gorgeous Alexandra. Mwah! And a shout out to everybody who's watching me on the streams right now. Where are my channel members? Good morning to Mr. D. Good morning to Mr. R. Let's go. Let me give it to you guys because I know y'all want it. And this is where you can get more. You get more with me. All right. We ready for this story? We ready? Are you ready? This one scared me. Crypto billionaires company nonprofit to give over $9 million to San Francisco police force surveillance unit. Ripple Labs and a nonprofit backed by Chris Larson donated $9.4 million in San Francisco Police Department Real-Time Investigation Center. The nonprofit is the SF Police Community Foundation, founded by Larson in 2023. Funds will be used to fund surveillance tech, drones, cameras, license plate readers. Will also cover a year and a half of sublease for 1,400 square feet of downtown office that Ripple Space is no longer using. Is this good? Is this bad? Is it scary? Should a crypto company be donating money for surveillance? Should a crypto company, and again, wasn't he the one that donated in excess to the Harris campaign, who was absolutely attacking them? And again, the reason why they did that was a hedge. They wanted to create a hedge. That's exactly why they did it. They created a hedge just in case the other person won, the other party won. Great, fine, fantastic. But the reason why we all crypto is to have, I can never say the word anonymity, be semi-anonymous, to have privacy, to foster that. Is it a surprise that, this would be coming from, good morning, Sparkwater. Is it a surprise that this is coming from Ripple, who wants to work with the banks, who has been working with the banks, who has a stable coin that has clawback features, who is very interested in, they got that partnership with WEF, or they hang out with WEF. Are we really surprised? Again, I don't have anything against our XRP army. I'm part of the XRP army. I have a moon bag of XRP. I hold XRP. I think it's a project that's going to do incredibly well. My issue is, as a crypto company, is this ethical or not? Now, I will say that there is a lot of crime in San Francisco. I will say that there's, it's a hot mess in San Francisco. San Francisco is not a place that I would go on vacation. I wouldn't bring my kid there because it's a hot mess. There's places that I grew up around out here in LA that I wouldn't either. So, but when we're talking about surveillance, that's where it could get a little bit scary. So this is the thing with me. I'm always on the fence with, I have a very it's Chris Larson. But is it I've got a very I support our first responders, but I don't support when they abuse the power. That's my issue. Surveillance is a scary thing because it can be, because what they do is they push it out to be like, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to protect you. In reality, it's to really not do that. But at the same time, crime is so crazy. Should we do this or not? So I don't know. It's in a really rough place. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is good or bad or not. I really want to hear your guys' thoughts. But this is a pretty interesting move by Ripple. Most definitely. Is it scary? Well, since we know we're going to be getting a CBDC, yeah, scary. But should we, what do we do to, clean up our neighborhoods? And what do we do to, I don't know, maybe they should have donated more to and protect our innocence, but maybe shout out to Stray Dog. Maybe they should donate to local nonprofits that are community centers, get the YMCA back up instead. That's what I would have done. That's why I always donate to the self-care lab. So I don't know. That's kind of like, I'm on the fence with this. I don't know if it's good or not. I need more information. And again, I don't like the whole extra surveillance thing, because I know that the power can be used for bad. But at the same time, it's like, we do have to support our first responders, and we do have to do something. So it's like, I don't know what to do. So that's why I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So comment below. But we got more for Ripple. We also got a big ETH story too. I swear to God, the institutions are going to save Ethereum. And I know I sound insane, but that's just because I'm a delusional bag holder. And shout out to Mixing this morning, my producer. He goes, Ethereum's never going to get above $5,000. So I had to give him a little pee-pee meme. I sent him a pee-pee meme. Also too, this coffee's from the French Quarter in New Orleans when I took my mom and she broke her foot. She's okay. And I stole her scooter yesterday and I was scooting around my house. She was laughing. She thought it was funny. I didn't steal from her. But it's Cafe Du Monde. But I ordered I bought the coffee for there. You should order it. Delicious. All right, let's get back into it. Now, this story over here, big milestone. And this is from Monica Long, and she is the president of Ripple. And this just more so rediscusses what we talked about yesterday. rlusd is now recognized under Dubai's world-class DFSA regime, meaning it can be fully integrated into Ripple's payments and utilized by any other DFSA licensed firms. And this is really big news coming out of Dubai, like really, really, really big news coming out of Dubai. Why is it big news coming out of Dubai? Well, first and foremost, Dubai is the crypto place. Okay, it is a crypto friendly place. Like this is where we want to be. Is the crypto friendly place, and the fact that they're recognizing it and they are, embracing Ripple stablecoin, I think that's awesome. But at the same time, I feel that we are also in a little bit of a predicament with. I think that we're also in a little bit of a predicament with the CBDC. And again, I have no issues against the XRP army. I'm part of you guys. But at the same time, like the surveillance story that we just talked about, that makes me nervous and everything else. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. But again, moving forward, and when we're talking about adoption and whatnot, I do think that this is a wonderful story, and I am incredibly happy for the XRP army. And myself, I'm part of the XRP army. So just a quick thing. The approval allows RLUSD integration to Ripple's DFSA licensed payment solution. There's around 7,000 firms in that center. And UAE saw a 55% year-over-year increase in stablecoin transactions in 2024. So this is good. This is positive. And now I want to go into this story from Ripple. Okay, this story from Ripple. This is about Circle. So Circle, and this is from Miss Ellie. This came from apparently Chris Brummer, who was joined Brad Garlinghouse on stage in Las Vegas. So he said, while the session wasn't broadcast as live, I found his remarks quite interesting and worth a tweet. Apparently, Brad Garlinghouse told Brummer on stage at XRP Las Vegas that the company never pursued an acquisition of fellow stablecoin issuer Circle. This looks like it was community noted. So let's see what, or it was edited. But that's exactly that's what it said. Hold on a second. Let's see. Brad was unequivocal that Ripple didn't pursue an acquisition of Circle. Update. One response suggests that Brad really said that Ripple never offered $10 billion for Circle, so perhaps Ripple floated an offer at another price point. So the initial part, shout out to Alpha Junkies so much for the $1.99 super chat. So basically the post is a little bit misleading. Like it's from him because he was on stage at Brad Garlinghouse. So first they didn't push forward to acquire Circle, but then he goes back and he says that they submitted an offer to see what happens. And I believe that story. I believe that because even David Schwartz or Mr. David, he's funny. But I believe that they probably, and again, this is just me, I believe that they did float an offer and they probably, sent it forward. Who knows? But it's a smart, because the folks over at Ripple, they're smart. They're smart guys. Smart guys and gals. So, is what it is. And now this is probably the biggest story for XRP. Chinese firm Weebus files with US SEC for possible 300 million XRP treasury plan. Treasuries are big, 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 big. Weebus is an automotive and hospitality firm, and they are a China-based international company. And they filed with the US SEC. That's what makes it so big. And proposed a plan to create a 300 million XRP-focused corporate treasury. They will fund the treasury with non-equity debt financing or credit facilities, not selling shares. This would be massive. If this gets approved by the US SEC, this would be massive because they're going to be funding this treasury with non-equity debt or credit facility. So basically, they're not going to be selling shares, which Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, I posted a video you guys for yesterday. They're creating a new perpetual stock or something like that. So they're doing things differently. And instead of creating cash out of thin air and buying a finite asset, they're just buying it. And the reason why they want to do this is important. Weebus will also integrate Ripple's blockchain network to handle cross-border payments and improve transparency in travel and hospitality bookings. This is amazing. This is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's insane. It's crazy. A big, big deal. So if this gets approved, they filed a Form SK. If this gets approved, who even knows? Who even knows what is going to happen next? Now, since we're on the topic of altcoins, and we're going to get into Bitcoin, so don't worry, we're going to get into Bitcoin. I wanted to touch on this story over here. This is big, 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 big news for Hedera. Big news. Big news. Fortune 154 technology leader Arrow Global has joined the Hedera Council. With $28 billion in revenue from 2024, Arrow is now helping govern Hedera and bringing global supply chains on-chain, building a DLT-powered supply chain use case, decentralized governance, node ops. Real-world utility is going on-chain. Hedera, DeFi, RWAs, and AI. And they are partnered with like an insane amount of Fortune 500 companies. And this is their 154th company that they've partnered with. They're also an electronic company, which is important to note. That's part of technology. So the Hedera Council ensures decentralized governance and enterprise adoption with the Hedera ecosystem. Arrow will operate a Hedera node and help govern the network. Arrow is a global distributor that sources and engineers tech solutions for thousands of leading manufacturers and service providers. Again, Arrow Electronics is a Fortune 500 company. It ranks 154 based on its 2024 fiscal year revenue of $28 billion. I apologize, I said that incorrectly. They are ranked number 154 out of the Fortune 500. That is not the Fortune 500 company. It's not a 154th partnership of the Fortune 500 company with Hedera. That's just in general. But Hedera is partnered with quite a few Fortune 500 companies. They're going to develop a distributed ledger technology based on global supply chain and initiative using Hedera. We'll focus on real-time supply chain visibility, automated compliance, predictive logistics, and aims to enhance global manufacturing and distribution systems with DLT. Big stuff here. Big stuff here. In addition to that, Hedera, they also submitted comments to Hester Peirce's SEC Crypto Task Force on safe harbor from registration for digital assets. I know these are two completely different stories. They're both about Hedera, but this is important. And you know that anybody can submit comments to the SEC Crypto Task Force. You can. But Hedera has taken the initiative. And they said clear, thoughtful regulation is key to responsible innovation and enterprise adoption of DLT, which coincides with this announcement here, building a DLT-powered supply chain use case within their, as Arrow Global has joined the Hedera Council. So again, this is pretty big stuff over here. And they explain the importance of assessing both permission and permissionless node operations holistically. And they are committed to working with the SEC to foster a regulatory environment supporting reasonable DLT growth in the U.S. And Safe Harbor basically enables decentralized governance via legal entities, which is amazing. So Hedera seems to got your back. Hedera seems to got your back. I'm a member link. I think when you join the channel, you can go ahead and become a member. I'm not exactly sure. You locked up on my screen. I'm still here. And make sure y'all smash the like. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Mr. Alpha Gamer. So we've got some pretty big news for altcoins. Seriously. All right, let's go and do a quick market update. And then we're gonna get into more news because there's more. So this is what the market's looking like right now. Everything's a little bit down. On the weeklies, everything's down, but that's okay. And that's okay. We talked about a potential pullback. Why is a potential pullback important? Well, if we get a potential pullback, that means that you can load up on things that you decide are valuable to you. Bitcoin is holding the course, even though we're in a downtrend here. We're kind of flat on market CIPHER, but we're in a downtrend. It does look like we may tap against 102. So I'd watch for that area. Taking a look at Ethereum. Ethereum doing well. Ethereum's up in the green. Well, we got a big Ethereum story coming. So we got that. And Ethereum just kind of going sideways, just vibing in our area of consolidation between 2,500 and 2,700. Solana trying to move back above 157. But again, a lot of these guys are bottomed out. As we can see, utilizing market CIPHER, except Ethereum. Ethereum looks a little bit more bullish. But Solana just needs to get back above 157. It looks like we're going to do that unless Bitcoin nukes. SUI is down, but we did create a local bottom with market CIPHER, so we're good. XRP is holding steadily at $2.23. Another local bottom printed with market CIPHER on the daily. Chainlink, local bottom printed and just kind of going sideways, but in the range between $14.70 and $13. Cardano, ADA, holding against 65-cent support. And HBAR, it ran up really nicely, but then it's starting to drop a little bit. But again, we created a local support over here, a local bottom. And again, you guys, I get a lot of people that I say, Wendy, why isn't everything pumping? Why isn't everything pumping? Well, based on the news, because the market is based off of the tariff news right now, which we're going to get into in a little bit. Because Elon Musk made a big clapback. Well, actually, we'll just cover the clapback right now. We'll cover it right now. So Elon Musk criticized Trump's big, beautiful bill, calling it disgusting abomination, saying he can't stand it anymore. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled Congress spending bill is disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. So this could be causing essentially the market to react the way it's reacting because my personal opinion, Elon was a pivotal role. Crypto was important, but Elon was really a pivotal role in helping this current administration get elected, in my opinion. So, it's that could be causing some issues with the market. And I was a pro crypto voter, regardless who I didn't care who it was. I didn't care what administration. I was just pro crypto voter. But again, I do think that we do need to stop the spending that's happening. It's too much, and we need to continue to move forward with Doge. That's just my opinion when it comes to that. But either way, I'm here for crypto. I'm here for Bitcoin. I'm here to make as much money as legally and ethically as possible, so I can support my family, so I can support my community and local nonprofits. So interesting stuff over here. Now let's get back into the news. Back into the news of the news. Sorry, where am I going? Okay, what is this? Okay, we did the XRP charge rate. All right. So Circle has minted another 250 million USDC on Solana. And I said, Circle will save Solana after the meme coin thing. But in reality, Solana will be fine until Ethereum fixes its layer 1. I like Solana. I hold Solana. And what am I talking about with this layer 1? Well, Ethereum, when we talked about yesterday that Ethereum does want to, in fact, they do want to, in fact, fix their layer 1. That's what Vitalik was saying, which makes sense because institutions are interested in using it. It's just a complete hot mess, an absolute hot mess. But, right now with Solana is really for the meme coins. What got Solana, put them back on stage. And again, Solana is a great project. I don't have an issue with it. Solana is a great competitor of Ethereum. But this caused a lot of drama yesterday in the Solana community. Pumped out fund plans 1 billion token sale at $4 billion valuation, according to sources, which if you know crypto, you know. But basically, they're going to do a $1 billion token sale, which is massive. This is kind of like the EOS situation. a little bit, but not the same. It's going to come with a $4 billion valuation, will be open to the public and private investors. Launch timeline unclear. No confirmation of token will be issued on Pump.fund. Platform has generated 700 million plus in revenue, and users have minted 11 million tokens with a total $4.5 billion market cap. So once the meme coin craze is over, will Solana be dead? No, not at all. Not any way, shape, or form. Solana is consistently improving their layer 1. They don't really have layer 2s on Solana like Ethereum does. Solana looked at Ethereum and said, you know what? There's a problem here. We want to fix this. And that's exactly what they've been doing. Ethereum's late to the game. Ethereum focused on layer 2. Solana focused on their initial layer 1. And now Ethereum's late to the game and they want to focus on their layer 1. So either way, USDC Circle is utilizing Solana, which is great because stable coins help bring liquidity to the crypto markets. And other than that, Solana is going to be fine. To me, it's personally going to be fine. And people are like, oh, the Pump.fund thing, it's going to destroy Solana. People aren't interested in it. It's FUD. It's bad news. Listen, just because there's a lot of activity with meme coins doesn't mean Solana is still not making real moves. And Gamer said, I find it interesting how ETH is finally coming back to life from the dead after the news of staking is not a security per the SEC. And again, proof of stake is not a security. So I think that they're definitely going to get integrated into the Ethereum ETFs and paid out essentially as dividends. So we'll see how that works out. But, you know, that's just me speculating over here. And while we're on the topic of centralized versus decentralized exchange, I want to talk about inflows and reserves and also stablecoins. I kind of want to talk about Binance over here. Also, you guys, we are partnered with Binance to discuss news, just different types of news that they have. This episode is brought to you by Binance, the world's #1 crypto exchange, trusted by over 270 million users worldwide. And if you're interested in starting your crypto journey with Binance, we've got a link down below. Also, Binance is not available in certain countries, including the US. And make sure to check out the terms of service for any type of questions you may have to see if you're eligible or not. And honestly, I do hope that Binance US, they start doing some cool stuff back in the US again. But this is this story over here kind of talks about on-chain state of centralized crypto exchanges, which is important. So let's go ahead and go through it. And again, Binance was one of the first exchanges, excuse me, that really started with the proof of reserves and the miracle tree and all that type of stuff, which is important. And it's crazy because banks that are supposed to be super safe, banks don't do that. But centralized exchanges in crypto, they do that. So according to data from CryptoQuant, Binance holds 31 billion in USDT and USDC, back to stablecoins. That is 59% of all centralized stablecoin reserves. Binance had 31 billion stablecoin inflows in May, with 180 billion year to date. This signals strong capital trust. Average whale deposit on Binance is 7 Bitcoin, highest among major exchanges. Binance has 110 billion in total reserves across Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, USDC, and they are the second after Coinbase for total reserves. Binance offers real-time on-chain proof of reserves with public wallets, which again is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And they're recognized as one of the top global platform for crypto liquidity and deployment. So I think this is a great article that kind of explains what this stuff is and whatnot. And again, if you're using a centralized exchange and they do not have a proof of reserves, not good. We don't like that. But again, when you're using a centralized exchange, not your keys, not your coins. And you always got to read the terms of service. Now let's go ahead and talk about getting into a little bit of what's going on with Bitcoin, because there's lots of news. A lot of news. So the latest, corporate treasuries now hold over 3% of all Bitcoin, with 60 plus firms doubling their Bitcoin in 2 months. And also, you guys, make sure to smash the like. Why is this important? Well, let's talk about what a corporate treasury is. A corporate treasury is part of a company that manages its money and financial risks. It makes sure the company has enough cash to run daily operations, handles cash flow, money in and out, investments, debt, borrowing repayments, currency risks if doing business globally. And the goal of a corporate treasury is to keep company financially healthy and stable. So we have this story over here that corporate treasuries are now holding over 3% of Bitcoin. which is insane. MicroStrategy, I believe, holds like 2 or 3%. But the reason why I wanted to really kind of talk about this is because, number one, Bitcoin is kind of the leader when we're talking about corporate treasuries and we're talking about being put on balance sheets and whatnot. It really set the stage. And now we're starting to see XRP, Solana, Ethereum. We're starting to see other companies want to add different cryptos onto their treasury strategies. So to me, and this is just the way I look at it, some of the things I'm looking for in this cycle, I want to see made in the US stuff. I will just different boxes. And again, they don't always have to always be made in the US. But I want to see stuff that's made in the US because those are probably going to get the crypto spot ETFs. I want to see stuff that focuses on AI, DeFi, and RWAs. And I want to see crypto coins that are being added to Web 2 treasury strategies or treasuries in general. Why? Why not? That means that these companies are either raising money or they're using their own money to acquire these assets and to hold on to them. They can take out debt against them, yada, yada, yada. That's their business. But at the same time, it is showing interest in them. It is fundamentally, it's bullish long term. And I know a lot of you guys say, well, when your number's not going up. Yeah, I know numbers not going up. We're building a solid foundation. So I just wanted to discuss this with you because I did think it was incredibly important. Now, major Spanish coffee chain to follow MicroStrategy with $1 billion Bitcoin bet. Vandy Coffee is investing over $1.1 billion in Bitcoin, transforming itself into a Bitcoin first company. This is kind of weird because MicroStrategy is more of a tech company, but we're talking about coffee. Whatever. Chairman Salvador aims to reorient Vandy after a $3.7 million loss in 2024, similar to MicroStrategy strategy. Despite stock volatility, Bitcoin offers Vandy a potential path to recovery similar to GameStop's success with Bitcoin. So basically, they're following MicroStrategy. They are going to buy Bitcoin, and they're probably going to take out debt and do the same thing that MicroStrategy is doing. Issue stocks, issue perps, issue all these different things. That's why it's so important to hold on to Bitcoin. I don't know if we have this story here because I'm like a hot mess this morning. But I want to I want to bring this up. I think it's on the brief. I don't know. Where is it? Where did it go? This story here. All right, let me grok it, baby. So this comes from California. Okay, this comes straight from California. Coffee keeps the strategist awake. Hey, it could. Very much could. All right, so this comes from my home state, California. Also, we still don't know where the $100 million from the fire aid went to. That was supposed to go to the survivors. Rebuilding really hasn't restarted yet. And CARB is being a hot mess with our gas. But they're focused on crypto right now. I digress. So California Assembly passes bill allowing state to receive payments in Bitcoin and digital currencies with a 68-0 vote, advancing to the Senate next. So basically, it allows agencies to accept Bitcoin and digital currencies. It doesn't give us what digital currencies. And this is a big step for mass adoption. And if signed into law, AB 1180 will launch a pilot program starting July 1st, 2026, running through 2030, requiring the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation to set rules for crypto transactions under digital financial assets law, potentially influencing other states. I have a feeling other states will lead us with this because California just takes so long to do it. And again, I'm not knocking the story. This is great. This is fine, fantastic. But there's so much red tape in California, it doesn't seem that it's going to get done like this. Now, apparently California has 117 merchants already accepting Bitcoin. I think that there's more in California. I'm going to tell y'all this. Do not give your Bitcoin to any public servant. Do not give it to California. Don't do any of it. I'm going to send them meme coins. I'm just going to send them, I would send them stables. Don't give your Bitcoin to public servants. You hold on to that Bitcoin. Well, actually, you do what you want to do, not financial advice. I would never, because I've sold Bitcoin in the past to pay for different things. I have no interest in selling Bitcoin right now. If I need to cover something for my family or an emergency comes up, you better believe I will sell my Bitcoin or I'll leverage it. I'll do something. I never said crypto was anonymous. at all. It's semi-anonymous. You don't have to, like, your wallet addresses, and you can use mixers and stuff. But with that being said, don't give your Bitcoin to pay any of the bill. Like, I guess if you have to, yeah, that's fine. But don't just do it to say I did it. Because what these people are going to do, they're probably going to sell it unless they create a Bitcoin strategic reserve in that state, and all the Bitcoin payments go to that reserve and they don't sell it. Maybe I would consider it. But don't give these people your Bitcoin. Don't do it. For the love of it, don't do it. All right, let's get into it. I'm missing some stuff. Okay, more. All right. Trump's company just filed for a True Social Bitcoin ETF, which will track spot Bitcoin and list on NYSE. This is crazy. Like, this is a crazy story. So, his social media, they filed for a True Social Bitcoin ETF. That's just crazy. The 19B4 has been submitted. It's a proposal for a rule change needed for the ETF to be listed. True Social is owned by Trump Media and Technology Group, and the application is pending regulatory approval, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Now, we got some drama. So Trump Meme Coin posted this. I'm actually just going to read the brief because it's insane. So a Trump branded wallet is being launched in partnership with Magic Eden and Slingshot, which is acquired by Magic Eden. An X account linked to Trump's meme coin and Get Trump's Meme tease his wallet coming soon. Magic Eden said they're collaborating with GetTrumpMemes.com on the wallet. Magic Eden confirmed the wallet uses the official Trump branding and IP. They described to be the wallet as a part of a much larger project with Trump. #Trump. The coin. Magic Eden previously worked with the #Trump team on NFT launches, and the website for the wallet waitlist went live, promoting the wallet app and trading for Trump, #Trump, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, and Magic Eden and more. Waitlist is open. Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. deny involvement. Eric Trump warned the company to be extremely careful using the family's name without approval, and Don Jr. announced that World Liberty Finance will be launching its own wallet. So there's a lot of conflicting stories. We still don't know what is true and what isn't true. But this is the tweet by Eric Trump, and then this is the tweet by Donald Trump Jr. Trump Organization has zero involved with this wallet product. Eric Trump and I know nothing about it. Stay tuned. World Financial Liberty is launching their own. That makes sense. There's got to be something going on, but it does make sense that that this is not true, because why would they let another company launch a wallet for their meme coin or whatever when they have World Liberty Finance? It doesn't make any sense. So that was a T on that. That was an interesting little story here. Now let's talk about Ethereum. Ethereum co-founder in talks with major sovereign wealth funds. Will they buy Ethereum? If this ends up playing out, and shout out to Joseph Lubin for actually, they put, I think Game Link, or there was a gaming company that put like $100 million of Ethereum into their treasury. Which again, we're talking about treasury strategies. Joseph Lubin is a part of it. He's also CEO of Consensus, and he's part of Ethereum Foundation. But he says his firm is talking to institutions in a very big country about building on Ethereum. Lubin, an Ethereum co-founder, thinks centralized protocols will lead to a new global financial system. He and Consensus recently led a $425 million investment in SharpLink Gaming to create an Ethereum economy. This is massive here. And the reason why it's massive is because if other countries are buying Ethereum for their sovereign wealth funds, that means that there's more interest in ETH, number goes up, and I get my $10,000 Ethereum. Yes, I'm a delusional bag holder. Then over here, did Consensus just buy $300 million worth in Ethereum? A whale linked to Consensus just acquired $320 million of ETH from Galaxy Digital, transferred it to a new address where he staked $120 million ETH with Liquid Collective. This is from Arkham. If this is true, and it is somebody from Consensus, this is signaling a bullish move. If somebody's going to spend that much ETH and stake it, or send that much ETH or stake it, that means that they think numbers going to go up, allegedly. Also, Moonpay secured their BIT license, clearing the way for the firm to serve in all 50 states. So a BIT license is one of the hardest licenses to get. And if you have a BIT license, then you could service people in New York. So the fact that Moonpay was able to get it is outstanding. And that makes sense why they supported. I'm not following them. I thought I was following them. Am I following them? I'm following them. But these licenses, they're the hardest to get. And it makes sense why they're in, I think they have an office in New York now. But again, this is amazing. So Moonpay joins a short list of crypto native firms, including Coinbase, Anchorage, and Circle. And they've been approved to operate in the state by NYDFS. So if you are in New York, this is good news from you. Very, very, very good news for you. What else? There was something else I wanted to tell you guys. There was something else. Oh my God. I forgot. My mind. Oh, we have 420 people watching. There's something else I need to tell y'all. We did that. Yeah, that's it. There's something else. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, on that note, we're going to end the stream because I gave you all the news. I gave it to you. But make sure you guys smash a like and you share this. I've got another video coming out. There's just some breaking news that happened while I was streaming. So make sure to watch it. It drops at 2 p.m. PT. I'll go ahead and drop that for you. But yeah, there's a lot of things happening between the XRP news with the... RLUSD is recognized under Dubai's world-class DFSA regime. Chinese Weebus files with US SEC for possible 300 million XRP treasury plan. Treasuries, strategic treasuries, or just treasuries in general for companies, allow these companies to hold that asset and just hold it, which is amazing. So they're basically investing on it. So these companies would not invest in Bitcoin and XRP in any of these assets if they didn't anticipate it to do well. Corporate treasuries now hold over 3% of Bitcoin. Like Hedera just got another massive technology leader to join the council. We got some great, crazy stuff, you guys. Crazy stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Stray Dog, 186 on Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. You guys should drop a comment and stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys. And sorry, I'm a little bit high on coffee right now, but we're going to get going. But I'm going to be dropping a dedicated video on YouTube about some breaking news involving traditional finance and some Bitcoin and crypto ETFs and why it is so important. Bye-bye. Thank you.